What's good, people? This is SimFBallCritic. And before we get started, let me just say this. I will not be able to answer any questions about anything that you haven't seen in regards to NCAA 14. So if it's not in the public, I simply cannot talk about it. Also, I will not be able to talk to you about Madden NFL 25. Information has not been shared, so I will not be able to talk about Madden 25. When I'm able to do so, you'll be the first to know. Alright? Now, let me say this as well. Check out the Sim Standard. Smitty has a video up on that channel where he's giving his impressions and thoughts on the gameplay that we were shown today in regards to NCAA 14. So make sure you check that out. As well as check out my man Wyza now. He has a great video on his channel. I'll put a link to his channel in my description where he's giving his reflections and feedback and, concerns, and real good video. All right, now in terms of my video, I'm not really going to give impressions or breakdowns or things of that nature. I'm going to take a different approach because this is something that I've really been thinking about for quite a while now. And, being able to see things behind the scenes as well as being able to, look at this footage as you guys are seeing it, I think I'm starting to come to a realization. And this is just my opinion. This is not anything that's been confirmed or anything of that nature. But I think what the devs are doing right now is they're implementing things that they know need to be in their football games the best way that they can with what they have to work with. And let me explain what I mean by that. First and foremost, foot planting. Absolutely wonderful. That is something I've been waiting for a long time, and you guys already know that. But with my excitement, of course, there comes some concern. And that would be still somewhat the player movement. The foot planting is one piece of overall player movement. But the other half of that would be the fluidity of the movement, the natural movement, if you will, as well as the actual animation. And as you can see in this video, still looks like the animations are pretty similar, if not the same as what we've seen before. I want to see more of a realistic running animation. And going forward, I want to see different running animations from different guys. And even beyond that, I want to see signature running styles. I want to see Adrian Peterson's running style, Mike Wallace running style, Maurice Jones-Drew running style, and etc., etc. Now that brings me back to the first point I was trying to make. I think the devs are implementing things that need to be in the game, and they're setting a foundation. And this is why I think that. I think it has something to do with the current core gameplay engine. And that could have something to do with the current generation that we're in. I have no way of knowing that. This is just my observation. We ask ourselves a lot, how come some of the same problems exist? Or how come some of the same areas of concern are still in the game? And don't get me wrong, this is not meant to be a negative video or anything like that. I'm just speaking off of what we're seeing in this footage. Foot planting and everything else that's being advertised looks great. But we all still see some of the areas of concern. The pursuit angles, the actual animations of the running. Some guys have pointed out every now and then you can still see somewhat mirroring animations where, two guys, I believe on the O-line and D-line, are doing the same thing. Some guys have pointed out that, the defense seems to react at the same time as the running back. So almost like the command or the jukes and things of that nature are linked together with the defender reacting. We're seeing all of that in this video. And I think, again, that has something to do with the core gameplay engine which me personally, I don't think we're going to see, much addressed in that area until we get to the next console. The beauty of that is the next consoles are right around the corner. Holiday 2013. Will there be an EA Sports football product this year on next gen? I don't know. What I do know is we can expect the games to be there next year. And this is when I think we'll see some of those things addressed. Like right there, you saw in that little interception or fumble recovery, if you will. You still see things where there were three guys that kind of almost went into the same animation as far as the same catching animation. Little stuff like that. And again, that is the core gameplay engine. As you're looking at how those guys reacted when the running back cut back. I think that's why you still see certain things like animations being shared and the way the defense reacts and the AI and all of those things. And it's a ton. And, I know I'm not hitting everything, but I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So that's how I'm looking at these games. This is just me personally. This is my opinion. While we're still on these consoles, I'm looking at these games as foundations, like building blocks. And what I could take from these games right now, and when I'm saying games, I'm referring to Madden 13 and NCAA 14. Those two games, me personally, again, I believe those games implemented things that need to be in football games. Not everything. But I'm seeing that each game so far is building upon a foundation. And once we get to the next console, I believe that's where all kinds of aspects will be addressed. And that's just what we got to live with right now. Now, overall, I'm happy at what I see. There's a lot of things being implemented. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to what the final product has to offer. All right, people, real quick before I wrap up the video, I got a quick announcement. Myself, Smitty, Azur, and Coach Ruckus will be starting a simulation radio show. Should be available very soon, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But this will basically just be a place for the simulation crowd, the sim heads. An open forum where you can call in, give your opinions on any game that you see fit. And this will just be a place, for the hardcore gamer. All right, again, it will be called the Sim Perspective. We'll give you more information in the coming weeks. And this is, again, a place for the simulation heads. All right?